wake and read membership. Let it be before I hit the club. Searching for a grease, searching for some realized tide. Searching for the night, I'm a fucking side. Can't roll the dice, hoping she make it out alive. Hope she might survive the night. Honestly, I don't know. Seems so fucked up though. Grab my jacket, leave the club, grab the fuck. Oh my god, better haven't left with us. Damn, solo when we hit the goddamn city. Bitches start to flee, bitches start to fucking flee. See me in the streets with a fucking flea. Can't come to fucking free, plus a fucking piece. I were fucking friendly, but don't you dare test me. Cause in the fucking alley, I'm the menace. I will finish, do no dishes, and if you test, homeboy, you will fucking rest. Rest and I'll be bumped and I'll be gunning. Make us gunning, leave him running, put my gun. I'm not done, as he said, not real ass nigga shit. And fuck a sparrow, hustle it. Holy god, the main in the alley where I pop my motherfucking brain. In the zane, in the main, in the age. Oh wait, if I wait, what to say? I'm so fucking lit the game.
Good morning, everybody. There is the bell. Let's go. The market's opening, and we are at a new all-time highs. I almost just said all-time highs, but I guess if you're at all-time highs, they are new. So either way, though, SPY's up at new highs. Pretty cool to see it getting up to 542. That was a pretty big move this morning. Of course, everybody is already kind of in tune with what happened, but if you're not, it was the CPI data that came out, and essentially what we saw is that the year-over-year inflation rate came in at 3.3%, and they were actually expecting it to come in around 3.4%. Of course, there's the CPI number coming in at 314.07 versus like 314.37 expected and 314.5 expected. Most people really just like looking at the normal rate. But nonetheless, though, it's good to see it come down just that 0.1%. That's definitely a good sign. And a lot of people are like, well, hey, what about the rate cuts now? Like, what's happening? I've been eyeing up the FedWatch tool all morning. I'll refresh it really quick to get the most updated numbers here. But here's the big deal that I'm seeing is that it looks like they're now pricing in September with almost like a guaranteed rate cut now. You know, like it is solidifying itself as being the first month of the cuts, at least for now. Things can change. Powell can say something that can change this. Of course, more data comes out every month, so you could see more data come out in July and then things change. So just keep that in the back of your mind. But nonetheless, these are actually some amazing moves here by these stocks in the market. And I'm glad to see September being priced in as that first cut now, at least for the bulls, right? If you're bearish, then you don't want to see that. But either way, that's I'll take it. You know, the long-term portfolio doing great. The short term, Meat Sack, what is up? Justin, I love Stocked Up. We love you too, Justin. Demure, good morning, good morning. We got Brain Damage saying, what's GameStop doing today? It was doing pretty good yesterday. It tried to run up this morning, kind of double topping around $32. What's up, Christian? I know Christian's got to be loving this good move today. Whoa, NVIDIA popping off again, 123. Beautiful, beautiful. Glad to see that. Let's go, NVIDIA. Yeah, 123.84. Getting a true breakout coming. 2.46% on the day already. Good in pre-market, but even the move here since the market open has been pretty fire on NVIDIA. Can't lie. Let's see what the all-time high is for NVIDIA, because, you know, since the split, it's a little bit harder to see. All right, let's see. We're looking at, like, 125.60, essentially, so. Coming up pretty good, though, off its recent base. That's for sure. Coinbase popping off. No way. Are we getting Bitcoin moving today, too? BTC USD definitely had some pretty good green candles this morning. Up almost 3% on Bitcoin alone, so. Wow. That's pretty insane right there. Hey, what's up, Jason? Let's go. I wouldn't think that BTC will be affected by CPI, for real, Demure. But, you know, whenever you think of CPI inflation data, I guess it affects so many things. Bitcoin does move sometimes off of these economic events. Some people kind of speculate that Bitcoin is kind of becoming like a, like gold or something, for example, you know, kind of like a hedge for the market or another place to park money, I guess, you know, almost like a commodity. That's how I've heard a lot of people describe it. You know, whether you agree with that or not is a different story, but my entire watch and portfolio just blew up. Seriously, Christian, look at my watch list today. It's nuts. We have Oracle and Affirm up 11%, Peloton, ChargePoint, Plug, Caesars. There's so many stocks over 4%. It's pretty insane. Like, almost the whole watch list. The whole watch list is over like 2% on the first page there. That's wild. There are some red stocks today, but not ones we really care about, like Walmart, Target, Costco. I mean, people care about these, but not on a day like this. You know, Coca-Cola, Starbucks. Like, no, like, you know, people want to hear about Nvidia, Square, Coin, DraftKings, you know, stuff like that. Speaking of DraftKings, they're doing okay. How about Disney? All right, still consolidating a lot around $100. I'll be real with you, Disney's on support, but it's not looking good. One of the big tech stocks that everyone has been watching lately is Intel. I almost said Nvidia again, but Intel is a pretty big one. It's been consolidating a ton down here around the $30 support. I've talked about this a little bit over the past few days, and it's looking like it's moving up very, very well today. It's only up 0.03%, but still, that's a... Or hang on, it's because I'm on the hourly. Give me a sec. There we go. It should fix itself now. But nonetheless, it's 1.29%. There we go. Yeah, nice little pop-up this morning. Glad to see it really holding above $31 now. That's a good sign. It's been having trouble breaking that area over the past couple weeks. So glad to see it back above 31. Looking solid. The big money play coming back a little bit. Coming back. I know a few people have been liking this one. Jerry said, do you think it'll pull back throughout the day? Brain or drain damage. You know what? Earlier, I didn't even realize you had those in different spots. The D and the B. That's funny. Didn't even notice that, but appreciate you. Appreciate you, Drain. Tom, you think it'll be worth to hold my SPY call through the after-hours meeting? After-hours meeting. Twilly, I don't know that there is an after-hours meeting, but there's a meeting towards the end of the day with the interest rate decision and whenever Powell speaks. I didn't know of any meetings after hours, but I'm sure that this is what you mean. But yeah, at 2 p.m. Eastern time, we'll get the Federal Reserve interest rate decision at 2:30. Powell will be speaking. So that'll be before the market closes. And I will actually have it live right here. So I hope to see everybody back here at 2 p.m. Eastern time for that interest rate decision. It'll definitely be a pretty big event. We'll probably see the market go pretty crazy around that time as well. And of course, I'll have Powell also, like always. As long as YouTube don't get us for it. Remember the last time I did that with Apple, they got me. I was like, come on, Apple. Yeah, you're all good, Twilly. I figured it was. No problem there. Hey, what's up, Cameron? Coming in to ask, how do you read the book map? That's a great question, Cameron. And Cameron actually asked this question in Discord. And I told them to come in here and ask it here so I can give them a little bit of a better explanation and do it live. So, Cameron, stick around. In about 5 minutes or so, I'll go over some of the book maps with you. I just want to give it about 5 minutes here just to look at a little bit of price action. Oh, shit, Mike, you're right. I better not forget. But make sure you stick around, Cameron. I really will do that in around 5 minutes. Like I said, just still digesting everything from open here. Enphase selling back down a little bit. So far, the move up has been great. But I don't know. I'm not seeing a lot of stocks that are necessarily like breaking new highs or anything. I mean, at open, a lot of them are getting kind of choppy, of course, right? All the move comes in pre-market. Everything in the watch list is green. Seriously, Ryan. Everything besides the slow stocks like KO and stuff, right? Apple's doing good. Oh, wow. There we go. Yeah, now there's a true runner today. AAPL seriously blasting off 211 now. They made new all-time highs yesterday and broke above $200, which was pretty huge for Apple. Now they're all the way up to 211. That is a pretty insane move there. Great pop. 11 points in a couple days. Like, wow. The only red I see is Costco. Yeah. It's weird. There is a couple reds. Look at the watch list. Right at the bottom here. Pfizer, Moderna, Kraft, FedEx, Lockheed Martin, Costco, Walmart, Starbucks. Baba's break even. But yeah, Apple's been fantastic. And you know what? I still can't believe that they continued up as much as they did yesterday either, considering that they fell down on the first day of their conference. I was like, what the? And then that move yesterday really had me thinking. I'm like, wow, that was weird the way that price action played out. Home Depot's ripping too. Nice. HD. Up to 350. Is this all-time highs? I'm sure it... Oh, okay. I was going to say. They actually have quite a ways to go for the all-time high, don't they? Right around 420 is the all-time high on Home Depot. Elon's favorite number out there.
All right, all right, all right.
All right. How does that one scene go from with Matthew McConaughey? He's like, it'd be a lot better if you did, or something. I forgot what that was from. It's the same movie, I just don't know the name. Is it like Dazed and Confused? Is that what it's called? I always get them confused. There's a lot of old movies like that. Apple fell after hitting 212 AAPL. Yeah, definitely consolidating a bit, but the SPY just broke out to a new high, which is good. Nice green candles here. Let's actually switch to the 4-chart setup real quick. We got SPY, Meta, ARM, NVIDIA. They're mostly looking pretty good. Meta looks the worst out of everything. I'll give it that. Let's switch that to Apple. There we go. Hopefully everybody's Thinkorswim is good today. We don't want any riots at the Schwab headquarters or anything, so, you know, hopefully everybody's all good out there this morning. You're able to log in. That does really suck, though, when you can't log in and you are trying to sell positions and stuff. You know, that's pretty bad by the brokerage to let that happen like that. And we all know how that goes, you know. There's going to be zero compensation for that. Zero. Jason knows the movie. Oh, yeah, he said that's what's so cool about high school or something. Oh, shit. What's the play today, Joseph said. Man, today is a big day. It's about momentum, Joseph. Looks like ARM is really popping off if you're interested in some of the tech stocks. ARM just got a lot of volume, started breaking 150 right here. Definitely not bad. NVIDIA's continuing higher as well. The SPY's going. I mean, right now the momentum is on the bullish side of things, that's for sure. That is for certain. All right, let's go check out the book map really fast. I know that Cameron had asked about that, and I wanted to give a quick rundown so Cameron could kind of understand it, you know. And Cameron, keep in mind, you know, you're not going to learn everything about the book map right away, but, you know, it's going to take a little bit of time. So book map essentially is showing you where the buyers and sellers are out there in the stock market. It's a pretty big platform. It gives you really good visualizations, and it's looking at different data to see where these buyers and sellers are stacked at. And what you can do is you can use these levels as resistance/support. You can look for breakouts of those levels and then look for bigger moves up and through them. There's ways where, like, if you zoom in, you can see these like yellow and red bars. This is just a visualization on where those buyers and sellers are. You can look at the order book on the right, and it'll actually have a lot of numbers here. Like at 2:15, it says 121,937. That's how many shares people are just sitting there waiting for at 2:15. And if it's overhead, essentially just look at it like they're sellers. If it's underneath, you look at it as they are buyers. Now, one big thing is a lot of people, you know, they don't really understand the simple things out there, and there's a couple simple things to remember. Just because that like 215's big and, you know, there's 120,000 shares there, that doesn't mean that it's going to hold up as resistance every single time, of course, right? But you can see how many people are stacked there and definitely use that to your advantage. Look at that volume dot right there, 46,000 volume there within that couple seconds, but it's not always going to hold up, right? That's trading. You know, nothing is always going to happen every single time the way that you want. But nonetheless, you can look at that 215 level and it helps you judge it a little bit better. I like to use it where like the overhead levels are kind of like targets to the upside. Like if I'm already long, I'm like looking for these levels as a target. There's also different scenarios where you can use this to help you, like Intel, for example. You know, you can watch the $30 support and you can be like, wow, there's 196,000 shares stacked up at 30. Uh-oh, that's crazy, right? That's crazy. Maybe Intel supports at 30. Let's go check. Let's look at the daily chart. And it's like, wow, yeah, I mean, this has been a great support for Intel at 30 over the past like couple months. So, you know, you could use that as a support, maybe try to snipe it and buy shares or buy calls or something off that support. You know, obviously it's pretty big. We could see it on the book map and on the normal chart. But essentially, that's kind of how I like to use the book map. The red lines, like I said, are volume. The order book shows you that volume. And, you know, the darker the red, the more volume there is. The lighter bluer is kind of less, and then the yellow is medium. So it's kind of gradient, and it'll change depending on how those orders come in and out right there. But if you have any questions, Cameron, throw them in the chat, of course. So the red and green isn't support and resistance. These red lines here are showing you where the orders are out there on the market. It's up to you to determine like if that's going to be a solid resistance or not. I generally act like they're resistances until they're not. So that's how I like to play them. Like right now, if you're looking at Intel, you could say 32 and 3150 are pretty big resistances. So you would definitely use that as resistance. But then again, it's like, you know, like my whole point is that a lot of people might try to play rejections like every single time it hits resistance. You know, lately there's been so much buying pressure that, you know, we will see these levels break from time and time again fairly easily. But yeah, definitely use them as resistances. That's how I like to use it. Like if we go to SMCI, you know, we start zooming out, you can see 800. There's a lot of sellers stacked at 800. Like we know that that's going to be a pretty big resistance. It's a whole dollar mark. But at the same time, if the market keeps ripping today, it could blast through there, you know, like nothing. So I'm just explaining that so that like when you do trade with it, it can help you a little bit that way. Yeah, no problem, Cameron. Hopefully that helped you and at least gave you a good like initial rundown. And I look at the book map all the time. So, you know, keep checking back in and we'll see lots of times I check it out. Palantir is actually looking really good this morning. They started breaking out. They're actually not up too much compared to some of the other moves today. And they confirmed off support around 24. So that was actually a really good touch right here. We're starting to see that move up. If it breaks the high of pre-market, Palantir might get pretty enticing today, as many stocks are. It has been a wild morning. The bulls are feasting today, I can tell you that. The long-term portfolio today, I woke up and was just like, wow, this is nuts, right? Seeing SPY moving the way that it is. It's like literally insane here. Demir said, basically, if you're seeing a lot of buying / selling pressure, they're bound to break through resistance / support. Yeah, exactly, Demir. And it won't happen all the time. But, you know, it's something to look for, right? And you can use that to your advantage. Like, if you're waiting for a play right now and you're sitting there and you're like, man, like, I'm looking for stocks to play. You know, you see, like, SMCI at 800. You know, maybe go place an alert at like $800.50 or something. You know, like as this breaks, then maybe you could play like a breakout on SMCI past 800 once the break occurs, or, you know, other situations like that. But you got it, Demir. Thoughts on Affirm, Zach said. AFRM has been extremely hot, looking awesome. 13% today. Great movement. I would keep looking at this in a bullish way. The only thing that sucks is that Affirm's getting close to 40. I would bet that's a pretty big resistance there, but they're going to become available for Apple Pay users, which is nuts. You can do the buy now, pay later on Apple Pay with these guys. That sounds kind of nuts. Guys, I'm going to order my Domino's and do a buy now, pay later with Affirm. You guys will laugh at me for that. That'll be pretty hilarious. That'll be really funny. Let me switch to the SPY real quick. What a good day. I just can't even get over it. I had to take a little picture of SPY. I was like, wow, that's a crazy move. I was thinking about placing some calls on SPY from yesterday, Demir said. Calls from yesterday? I want to play the stock so badly, but the opportunity has been lost, Amir said. Yeah, I feel you with how much it ran up. I feel you there. Intraday, it's kind of tough, right? SMCI still looks all right if you could be patient and wait for 800, of course, but the options are so expensive. I know that one, many people can't even play that one anyways. Not in a good way. Good morning, crew. It's a great day for green. Yes, it is, Dan. Make sure you guys go check your long-term portfolios today. You'll probably be loving it. If your long-term portfolios aren't green on days like this, you might need to adjust things. Wow, 1.02. I still think Intel is one of the crazier setups out there. It's a nice, slow, consistent play. It's not something you need to, go crazy with on the day trading or anything. You could just swing it off of this low, nice and easy. I will say, though, it's starting to get off support pretty well. It would have been better to buy over the past 3 days or so. Joseph said if Powell makes SPY fall today, that would be a great play. It could. I kind of hope he doesn't, though. I'm going to put a poll out there. Will Powell help fuel this uptrend, or will he cause the market to drop? Curious what you guys are thinking. Oh man, I got the hiccups. Oh no. All right, vote it up, vote it up. Vote it up real quick. Let me grab a quick drink really fast. Gonna grab a quick drink of water. Let me throw on the 4-chart setup. Be right back. I don't want my water bottle to make the that crinkly water bottle sound in the mic. You guys know how that is. Hey, what's up, Word? Appreciate you. Cool Guy's done 100%. Man, you done for the day, Cool Guy? Let's go. Gotta love that. If you're already done for the day, that is beautiful right there. Let's go, let's go. That Matt guy posted on the Profits channel. He should probably sell soon. I feel you. I see that all the time. I'm like, oh no. You're right though, they should definitely sell soon. They're killing it though. 386% today on those SPX calls. It's pretty wild. Yeah, they're going to have a lot of wild swings in that account, that's for sure.
There are many strange happenings, my boy. Many mysteries beyond the power of the human mind to comprehend.
He literally YOLO'd his account. Exactly. I see that happen so often, and I hate to say it, but the trading mentality really fuels that stuff too, upsettingly. You know, people like to hype that up more than they like to hype up, you know, somebody having beautiful year-over-year gains or something, you know. I know. Yeah, he did. He said he was still holding. I wonder how long he's going to hold it for. I don't know. So far, it's been working out well, I guess, but give it 30 minutes or so, and it might be a different story. Hopefully, they don't hold it all day. Let's look at Citigroup here today. It's pretty wild on the setup. Coming back pretty well on the banks, interestingly enough. Citigroup's in like a weird wedge here today, but it's actually holding up pretty well. Curious which way it breaks out of here. You were looking at Bank of America down. It never really... It had a good breakdown yesterday. Today, it never continued, unfortunately. SPY changes direction usually at 10 a.m. What? Is that a real thing, my views, or is that just something that like you've seen for a while? That'll be interesting if it does. Do you mean Eastern time too? I gotta always remember you mean Eastern time, probably, because I'm Central, of course. I feel lucky I caught that big gain in NVIDIA, QQQ, SPY, and TSM, up 3.5% average on those. Beautiful, Dan. Beautiful. How'd you catch it? Are you doing like calls? Or are you trading like long-term shares or just shares? Or I'm kind of curious, Dan. Let me know. For anybody just now joining up, I will be live later for the FOMC interest rate decision at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Then I will be live for the Powell press conference as well at 2:30 p.m. You know, we'll have our tradition and everything at that time as well, so make sure you guys show up for that. You can't miss tradition now. Apple killing it, 215.62. Carlos looking at it on the book map. My phone was on, I didn't realize that. But the book map, let's check it out on Apple. AAPL, we already have it up, you know that. 216 coming up's pretty good. 215, we just had a solid break right there. How much volume? 122,000 volume on that break. That was pretty good. Let's see, what's the next major level here? 220? Yeah, 220. Wow, 216's minor, but yeah, 220 coming up is pretty good. Wow. Dan's been working on a 1 week hold strategy. Bought it last Thursday. Nice, Dan. You picked a good week to hold those, that's for sure. Most weeks won't be like this. Jerry said, thoughts on Palantir, PLTR? Overall, I like the move on Palantir on the daily. It's just whenever I go intraday, it's just, I don't know, it's not as wowing. I actually like the support quite a bit right here. If it continues to hold this, I think there could be some good potential on Palantir in the short term. Going out to the daily, I like how it's been staircasing here, and I like how it's also formed a good base around like $20 to $21. It's not bad. I could see it getting back up towards like 25, you know, maybe 27 or 28 in the short term, but 25 I think would be a pretty safe target overhead for the next few days, as long as Powell doesn't screw everything up, right? Everything's so sunshine and rainbows right now. Just wait till later in the day if Powell decides to, as Hunter likes to say, open his stinky mouth. Wes said Thinkorswim was down all day yesterday for my account login. That's so annoying, isn't it? Watch your video on Apple. Help me keep level-headed in a smart trade. Appreciate you and the channel. Thanks, Word. Thank you, thank you. This is a separate channel from the main one, Word. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you smash that button. Helps us out. Ooh. Demure said, I withdrew 12K off my broker account. Whoa, there you go, Demure. You withdrew it for what? I'm curious. I've been trading SPX for more than 1.5 years every day, my view said. At around 10 a.m. Eastern time every day, it changes direction or does a pullback. I've seen it at least 80 to 90% of the days. That seems like a bit of like a, I don't know, my views. If it was that easy, I feel like, or you know, if it was truly like that, I think it would be too easy, but. You know, one thing that does happen a lot my views. And one thing that I think that you might be dealing with a lot is a lot of the economic data likes to come out at 10 a.m. Like, you know, on Friday, we have 10 a.m. for the consumer sentiment. You know, this week there's been multiple things at 10 a.m. I can't remember what all it was, but... that probably plays a big role in what you're saying, too, because that will move the market quite a bit there. Jeanette said, why do you do lives on a different channel? Just curious. Jeanette, it's because whenever you're dealing with YouTube, the algorithm is so important. And, like, let's say, like, right now, how I have this background music on, like, this might end up, like, getting copyrighted or copyright striked or whatever you want to call it, right? Demonetized, whatever you want to say. So, essentially, it lets us have more fun on these streams, you know, like, we can, you know, I can say more curse words, for example. I can play music. I can do some fun stuff now and again. You know, it's not, doesn't have to be as serious as the main channel, for example. Mando said, get yourself a nice steak. Damn, I want one now, Mando. Man, I want one. Yeah, I actually did go to the gym last night. We did legs. We did the stair stepper. We did squats. We did, I don't know, leg presses and stuff. Stuff like that. Stuff for the quads, too. It was nice. I actually took the vet to the gym last night, which I normally don't do. It was the perfect weather. There like wasn't any bugs. Demir said, I would say it puts some stress off my back knowing I don't have to lose 12K. Yeah, Demir, I mean... you could just keep the 12K in there and just throw it in like SGOV or something like that till you see like, you know, maybe a good market pullback and hop in some safer stuff for the long term with that 12K. Jeanette said, ah, I see. Yeah, Jeanette, that's why. What exhaust have you put on the vet? None, Bandit. None. I just have the stock one. It sounds pretty good stock. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It's still pretty nice sounding. Now, I'm somebody coming from crazy sounding cars. Mason can attest that on my Focus how loud it is. So the Corvette's a little quieter than I'm used to, but it's still pretty loud. Like when it starts up, it does like a little pop / backfire, and it's loud enough for fun. Plus, it's under warranty. With the way that these bullshit cars are, man, you change the exhaust, you can void the warranty. It sucks. Or else I would do it right away. I don't at Mason Nichols. I try to limit my plays to just under 1,000. That's good, Demir. You know, always look at that risk. The risk. What are you risking? What's your stop loss at on those $1,000 plays, right? That's the kicker. Intel's still getting enticing off at 30, Demir. Does anyone know what happened to the cannabis stocks lately? They haven't been doing great. No, they have not, Ace. They are definitely news-fueled stocks. You know, they're definitely fueled by the news and the events that happen with them. Tilray actually just dropped down to a major support on the daily, like major support, around $1.70. That's a pretty insane looking stock right there. Insane move as well. So shout out to Tilray down on support. Who's looking to buy this up? Let me know in the chat. I'll be curious. Don't also forget to vote up for Powell here. We have 31 votes. Let's get up to, 60 votes plus would be nice here. Will he help fuel the uptrend or cause the market to drop? Let me know. There's a tie right now. Neutral and help the market are tied, essentially. Voted up. Carlos said, I low-key want Powell to be bearish for this meeting. Bound for good opportunity down, then up after a few weeks. Yeah, Carlo, I mean, it's not the way I necessarily want it to go, but I wouldn't mind. Mason said, when's the meeting again? 2 p.m. Eastern time for the interest rate decision, 2:30 for Powell speaking. My view said, what levels to watch for Tilray? In the short term, 150 to 170 is major support. So definitely keep your eyes on that. Past 170 back to the upside. 185 isn't bad. 190 and then 2. More majorly, though, I think that right around the 215 to 220 mark is more major resistance. But overall, that's what I'm looking for. If it starts to really break down under support here, that's going to be looking pretty rough for Tilray. So hopefully that's not the case. If you're a buyer of Tilray, if you're trading options on it, that's a different story. Anything can happen. It's all about timing. If you're a buyer of Tilray for the longer term down here, I think it's actually at a great price to start buying in. If you're looking to grab some MJ stocks and maybe take advantage of some news or something, maybe throw some at Tilray or CGC or something like that. They're not in the best spots, I know, but they could do a lot better. I would say that Tilray is my favorite, but I don't know. CGC is hard to go against as well. I also like PLNH quite a bit, Planet 13. It's kind of like Tilray down around support. I like this one quite a bit too. If the MJ sector does pop off, I'm exposed to both of those, PLNH and Tilray. Yeah, I like it for the long term here. If you've been waiting, I think now's the time to throw some in. You don't got to go crazy with these, obviously. Don't over leverage on an MJ stock, of course, ever. It's a very weird sector. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a wild one, right? Mike always says this. If you can't handle the heat on these, get out of the kitchen. And that definitely applies to this sector. But I'm somebody that just buys and holds these. I don't even sell them. It's just set it and forget it. Just act like they're gone. Honestly. Because they're so crazy and they move so wildly. QQQ. There we go, up to 474.50 now. Almost making a new high of day. It's literally right there. Trying to test it. Haha, Demure. I liked your little Instagram video yesterday. We must have got you turned on to that. What do they call that again? M9 or something? Turn on to that. I kind of want one of those too, honestly. I want a tan one. The mirror. Yeah, let me look it up. No. QQQ, there we go, though. New all-time highs, 1.42% on the day, up to 470, 476. The momentum is definitely hitting. Look at SPY and that momentum, 543 now. I can't even believe I'm saying that. Wow, what an insane move. What's CNBC got for us today? Nothing? A brief drop in mortgage rates caused a huge surge in demand, but it may be short-lived. I hope it's not. Ooh. Wow, mortgage rates went from 7.07% down to 7.02%. Oh, wow. Wow, that's what a drop, guys. It dropped 0.05%. Oh my gosh, what a big difference. What a difference. Yeah, that's weird. I'm surprised they're even trying to say that. Like, that's a significant drop? Like, what? Literally, I don't think that that would, like, affect my loan application at all. Like, it'd be the most minimal thing. No, I don't think I did, Demure. Well, maybe, you know. Let me check. I've got so much going on the phone. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh. I'll have to watch that one in a minute. We're going to be sending ourselves videos all day of these guns now. What's up, Meat Sack? Hope you're having a good morning. Ace said, does anyone know what happened to the cannabis stocks? Oh, we already covered that. No wonder ITB was pumping. Yeah. That's probably why. ITB still under resistance quite a bit. Could get interesting. Dan said just hit 6% on Nvidia. Nice one, Dan. Or no, you mean Nvidia's up 6%. Hey, there we go. Oh, no, you did hit 6%. Okay. I was going to say 6%. That's kind of wild. Nice, though, Dan. Nice. Nice, Dan. Nice. Yeah, beautiful move on Nvidia, though. 4% now on the day. What a time to be a trader and an investor, right? What a time. This has been a wild past couple weeks. Black Bandit said we play in puts end of day. Probably, honestly. Probably, Black Bandit. Well, looks like SPY just hit a wall. Or wait, what was that? Nvidia? Yeah, Nvidia just hit a bit of a wall. Play both sides, Demir said. Yeah. I'm with you there. I'm definitely not going to short it, you know, until I see some true downside pressure come in. For now, it's all about the upside momentum. Till we start to see some better, I guess, setup / momentum to the downside. We'll see more confirmation, that's for sure. DAX at BLNK. Blink charging 8.9%. Beautiful. How are they on my watch list today? Yeah, they're up at the top. Oracle had their earnings. Doing well. AFRM. Popping off with that Apple news. That was still some pretty crazy news. Buy now, pay later. With a firm on Apple Pay. I liked what I said earlier. I'm going to pay for my Domino's pizza with this. I had Domino's for dinner last night. Those New York style Domino's pizzas are so good. Uh-oh, oh shit. Oh shit. Watch out, guys. We just got the craziest news of the day come in. You ready? It's coming in from Roaring Kitty. Posted a video to Twitter here 22 minutes ago, or X. I want to check this out real quick. Let's see. This one looks like it's going to get interesting, guys, so don't get mad at me if it does.
I think this just might be my masterpiece.
Well, we're coming back with breaking news because the live stream has finally started. You can see that right there. About 28 or so minutes late, but nonetheless, it is underway. And we'll see exactly what's gonna happen there. Andrew Left's still standing by. We'll give you updates when they happen. You can judge for yourself what's going on your screen.
You can judge for yourself what's going on your screen.
I think this just might be my masterpiece.
Well, we're coming back with breaking news because the live stream has finally started. You can see that right there.
It's funny how, look at this guy's face. He looks so mad. Hang on, let me do something here. Upload to printscreen.com. What the hell is that? Let's click open. Oh, wow, look at that. That was cool. He seemed thrilled about Roaring Kitty, didn't he? Now, I saw Roaring Kitty posted a video, though. It looks like it wasn't anything too crazy, at least. I was hoping for some crazier shit than that. Come on, Roaring Kitty. Yeah, that definitely did nothing to the stock. No, not another one, Mason. I can't. You know what I'm actually making for dinner tonight, which is kind of funny. You guys will like this. We were watching Billy Madison the other day, and the lunch lady came by, and she was like, Sloppy Joe's, and she's like, it's extra sloppy or something, and me and my girlfriend were cracking up, and then I was like, you know what, I kind of want some Sloppy Joe's, and I started looking it up, and I was like, holy shit, Sloppy Joe's have a lot of calories and protein. I was like, okay, yeah, let's make some Sloppy Joe's. So that's what we're having for dinner tonight. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I feel you, Dan. He probably never expected that. Whoa, Sloppy Joe's on Texas toast. What the? That's a thing? If I can find some Texas toast in the freezer, I am going to pull it out and try that out. FOMC's coming in hours. How will Jerome Powell affect the market? He will screw both sides over, or will he side with the bulls or the latter? Stay tuned on StockedUp. I love it when you do that stuff, Demir. That stuff's funny. Alex said it's fire. Man, everyone does this apparently, and I don't ever do it. I've never even heard of that. Yeah, I definitely got to try that out. Man, Nvidia might try to make another run. It's literally right there. I don't know. It's at resistance. Is this song supposed to be like Suicide Boys or something? Now I'm gonna make some sloppy joes on Texas toast, maybe on some garlic bread. Garlic bread sounds like a really good idea, Oscar. Low key, that almost sounds better than Texas toast. Damn it, Oscar. You're gonna get me running to the store. The thing that I always get with Texas toast is that the Texas toast is always really hard. You know, it's like it's got that real thick, stiff crust, right? That garlic bread, low key, sounds kind of good. It'd be a little softer. Ah, Jeanette. Yeah, I know, right? This is the Stocked Up cooking show right now. Every morning I'm like starving around this time, so it gets me really gets me thinking about it. We need waffles in here. Hunter used to run a waffle club in college, so I guess you could say that he has some experience with waffles. Jeanette. I'll tell you what, Nvidia keeps on going. Broke the triple top up to 126.70. Does not stop today. Does not stop. Look at the 4 chart setup again. Let's pull it up. It's too hot. What do you guys say? Man, Apple started slowing down, but considering how Nvidia just ripped and the SPY's ripping again, we gonna see more buyers push Apple up to a new high too? Watch like 216. One thing that I gotta say is I'm getting a little scared, guys, because I'm getting a little bit worried about a few things. One thing very importantly is that we're getting to that type of euphoric state now where people are just getting a little bit crazy with everything to the upside right now. So that is a worry. Usually, you know, if we get to these types of euphoric times in the market, we can see some pretty crazy pullbacks. So just be a little aware of that. It's been a great year, but always keeping that in the back of my mind. Of course, the long-term portfolio doesn't really care about that, but the short-term one does. Tom is afraid of overextension. Yes, I am. Hey, Mr. H posted up there Tesla in the Discord. Delivery date June 15th. Wow, beautiful. Beautiful. I hope you enjoy it. It looks awesome. That looks sick. I'm gonna actually make another channel, and I'm gonna call it Cooking with Tom. And it'll just be that. It'll be the most simplest name. I'll almost guarantee if I go to YouTube right now and I type that in. Let's see. I can only type cooking with Tom. I bet you that there's already a few channels with that. Look at this. Life of Tom. Cooking with Tom. Talking Tom. Tom Cruise cooking. Look at this guy. That's funny. I'm surprised there's actually not a channel called Cooking with Tom. I'm actually... There probably is somewhere, but... That is funny. The food will be, depending on how the stocks do that day is what the food will be on the channel, you know? It'll be like, if the stocks suck that day, I'm teaching you how to cook ramen noodles. You know, if they, if we're doing what we are like today, we're cooking steaks, you know? Will the stream be up until 4 p.m. Eastern or just until the interest rate decision? Ace, we will actually be stopping the stream here this morning in about 30 minutes to an hour. And then I will be going live again for the Powell event later when the interest rate decision happens at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And then I'll be live until Powell's done speaking. Then I will be turning it off there and we'll get the nightly video together and everything. So... That's how the night is planned up there. Demir says boxed mac and cheese. Oh, I actually have quite a few boxes of that right now. My girlfriend loves that stuff. She loves, what's it called? Kraft mac and cheese. Kraft mac and cheese. They also have these new, like, Cheetos ones. Have you guys seen these? Look at these. Cheetos mac and cheese. She got a couple of these, too, but... Demure, I keep telling her she needs to learn how to bake a nice homemade mac and cheese. And she can make a nice homemade one. Palantir bouncing off a support around 24. It's actually holding this base very, very well here intraday. If you're looking for an opportunity, this doesn't look half bad. Back into the top end of the range, if not even breaking out again, it's only up 1.3% for such a influential stock like Palantir. Hey, Zach, I appreciate you subscribing. If anyone else is new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button up. Make sure you turn on notifications. I go live every morning before the market opens. That'd be pretty funny, Dan. We'll start pumping KHC. We'll turn KHC into GameStop. They're gonna revolutionize the mac and cheese world. Sure thing, Allure. We'll look at the Tesla Bookmap TSLA. Running up pretty strong today. 180 is huge overhead. I already know it. Yep. 177,000 shares there. I almost said 1.7 million, but 177K shares overhead at that 180 mark. So if you're looking for stocks that are pumping today, Tesla's doing pretty good. You know, you might be able to get it into that 180 zone. It still has a long way to go today, though. Long way to go. What a move. 3.86%. Can't even believe that. That's insane for a stock like this. How can I turn Tesla into food? I guess those robo-taxis will deliver food for you. 3.9%. Just the momentum today, the sheer momentum is wild. Truly insane. Get back to Microsoft. What's the difference between trading SPX and SPY? I heard you get taxed less playing SPX or something. Yeah, so Demir, like, if you're trading SPY, there is some back-end fees and stuff like that that come into play, as well as possible tax. I don't deal with that too much personally. That'll actually be a question more of for Mike than me. Mike would know it, you know, right off the back of his hand. I don't ever really mess with SPX, though, personally. If I was going to mess with SPX, I would just go trade S&P futures instead, so. But I don't really worry about that too much, Demir, personally. It's been a long time since someone asked me that, Demir. Jeanette said, I've had my eye on SoFi for a while. Finally made a break above $7 today. SOFI. You know, it had a good break, but the pullback's pretty rough. The daily looks nice. There's a good base that formed right on support. On that side of things, it doesn't look bad. You know what I'm kind of seeing with this one is a couple trends maybe going on here. Actually breaking that one. Yeah, it's kind of breaking the trend right now. Look at SoFi on the hourly. This could end up being pretty good off the base. I'm glad that you actually said this one. That's an awesome one, Jeanette. I like the setup quite a bit. The risk reward's not bad either. You could put a stop loss like under the support around like 630. Maybe try to swing some shares, or, you know, if you wanted to go for options, you could. I would get some time, but so far, so good up and out of this trend. It has broken this trend before and came right back down underneath. So the Powell event later might be pretty important for this one. But overall, the setup's pretty awesome on SoFi. Really good base and support. Not very close to like the top of the recent range either. Not bad. Yeah, it has been. It's been consolidating for a long time. Thoughts on RDDT Reddit? Hey, this one's looking pretty hot too. I know that it hasn't been too long since they IPO'd, and they're actually trying to test, if not even break out above this recent high. They're like right on resistance today. Got to keep an eye on this resistance over the next few days, though. It's going to be very important. Around 64 to 65. Very important. Yeah, Mr. H, that's the robo-taxi thing. Yep, you can put it into Uber mode. It'll make you some money or something. Very interesting, isn't it? I could see a lot of nasty shit going on with those Teslas. If there's no drivers in them, imagine the stuff people would do in those cars. Like, number one, drunk people getting sick. I could see that being something gross. And then the people might not know. And then also, I mean, you know, you're picking up some people from the club. The owner might get a little show in the backseat or something. You never know what might go on without the driver in there. Oh, man. Arizona has those Waymo things. No one uses them. Robo-taxi's not going to work, Mason said. If it was cheap, it might work. I don't know. Oh, it is cheap. No one trusts him. Ah. Yeah, that now that makes sense there. No one trusting him, yeah. It's a lot different than a person, that's for sure. I know we've talked about it before, but some of those Uber drivers are so wild. I don't know what I trust more, the computer or the Uber drivers. I've had some good ones, and I've had some that would cut traffic pretty good. In Vegas, man, one of them I had, this guy was cutting up traffic like crazy. I don't know how he never got in accidents. It reminded me like of how people drive in like a foreign country. Like I don't know, somewhere in like South America or something. I was like, holy crap, you're cutting this up. Yeah, cool guy. I know you're probably a good one, you know? It probably is on Tesla, Mason. I'm curious. I wouldn't be surprised if Tesla's insurances went up from that. Unless the insurance company likes it. I don't know. Cool guy said, I'm an Uber driver. Yeah, my girlfriend's dad drives for Uber too. There's good ones and there's bad ones, you know. Law said, is Apple too late to buy? AAPL. Probably today. I mean, I would say it is. That's a huge leg up from yesterday. It might go up a little bit more, but I would doubt it goes up much more than this. This is pretty nuts. Hey, Soup missed their alarm, but they had SPY calls from yesterday. Holy shit, Soup, you're probably happy as hell then today. It's probably good you missed the alarm. You held it a little longer. I'm just kidding. Nice one though, Soup. It's thumb day. First green day for me this week, Mando said. That's awesome. And hey, guys, don't forget about the live Q&A tonight. That's going to be a big event. Live Q&A coming up. That'll be fun. Someday, yeah. If you guys missed that inside joke, the days I don't go to the gym are called thumb days. We're working out our thumbs on the computer. Soup's up 400. Nice, Soup. Very, very nice. Ha, no, Mason. It was an inside joke from the other day. It was funny. I think it was while you were traveling last week. Switch over to F real quick. Maybe go to General Motors. GM doesn't look bad still. They had some good news this week and some bad news, but I think they trimmed their EV forecast, but they did have good news too. Demure hasn't touched a gym since high school. Oh, man. I wish I would have worked out more in high school, actually. I never really did jack back then. I played baseball and I came home and hopped on MW2 right away. every night. I need to go back. Yeah, Demure, it gets the blood pumping, you know, it's good. Keep your heart in shape. I need a gym buddy. I feel you there, Demure. You know, I got my buddy to go to the gym with, and yeah, like Mason said, man, just bump some music. Listen to the Stocked Up nightly videos during your gym. LLY book map, Allure said. Speaking of LLY, all right, we'll pull it up. Here's what it's looking like right now. there's not really too much overhead above 878. Well, I guess that's technically 877, but the bookmap's pretty lackluster on LLY today. There's some decent supports. Nothing too crazy, though. Nothing like some of the better stocks to watch out there, like Apple or others like that. Speaking of Apple, watch 220 coming up. 183,000 shares there. LLY has actually been looking kind of rough the past couple days. This stock has not been taking advantage of the SPY move, that's for sure. That is for sure. Black Band has said Apple bookmap. Yeah, I'll pull it back up. 220 is pretty big on Apple. Right there, just in case you missed it. I think 210 would probably be the best support. But we're pretty far away from 210 right now. Like 6 points over it. You can see how there's a lot more sellers than there are buyers stacked up here. That's not usually the best sign. Apple's going to need a lot of momentum to get back, or to get through 220. Looks like it might be testing it, though, literally breaking out as we speak to head there. Oh, that's awesome, Justin. That's when you watch the nightly videos? That's cool. Yeah, Soup, a firm calls would have been pretty nice. The news did come out yesterday. That definitely could have been a play that people hit on. That was pretty big, becoming a US Apple Pay, buy now, pay later thing. That's pretty wild. How come SurgeBot doesn't call out these Apple calls? It's back-to-back good days, Cool Guy said. There might be something going on with liquidity or something like that with the options on Apple. How come SurgeBot doesn't call it out? Yeah, SurgeBot is, you know, SurgeBot has a lot that it looks at, right? There's a lot of stuff that goes into play. Premiums might be a little jacked on Apple right now, and that might be the case. You know, there could be a bunch of reasons as of why, but that's what I'm thinking today. Yeah, SM Bot's calling it. I'm looking at that right now, Mason. SM Bot has been calling it like crazy today. It's the third most popular symbol of the day, behind Nvidia and Tesla. Yeah, momentum has slowed a little bit. Even on Tesla, it's slowed up a little. Apple's like right there though. If it could break out, I wonder how high it could get. That 220 resistance is huge. I wouldn't think that we get that high, but it could. Cool Guy said we still have Sniper Bot. We actually do not anymore, Cool Guy. Sniper Bot is no longer calling anything out here in the short term. With all the updates to SurgeBot, there was no point in having a Sniper Bot as well. So it's just Hybrid and Surge now, of course. SM is for Costco members only. Decommissioned, Demir said, yeah. And a lot of the bots, they work together in the background too, so keep in mind that like what Sniper Bot was is still around. It just It's just no longer being seen, I guess, is what we could say. Go to Boeing today. Ticker symbol BA. Why not check on it? Boeing selling down pretty hard, like 183.50. Pretty crazy there. What's the main difference between hybrid and surge? Black Bandit said. There's a pretty big difference there. Obviously, you know, we can't give like everything away as of how things are coded and stuff, but there's a lot of differences in the back end. Black Bandit, of course, like I said, can't give it all away. But there's a lot of differences, you know. It'd almost be impossible to name them all. Like, because there's so many different, like, minor things that go on. Roaring Mason is drinking a beer and wearing bandages as he trolls us. Roaring Mason. SurgeBot and SniperBot had a fight in the Coliseum. SurgeBot beat him up. Now SniperBot is no longer around. That's exactly what happened, Mason. Drinking a beer. Ah, I see. Just like the kitty. I was confused at first. Palantir forming a decent base intraday even. Right around support at like 2405, 2406. Pretty big support there. Uh-oh, Soup said, speaking of GME, whoa, GME popping off. Getting towards the highs of yesterday, might actually go for a breakout of 5.44%. Whoa, here we go. We gonna see a comeback? Could be awesome. My next live events tomorrow. Pump GME. That'd be funny if that guy came on the stream and just said that, Mason. I would die. Come on, GameStop. Don't give up on us today. Keep it going now. Keep it going. Speaking of the SM bot, I'm going to pull it back up here. Ooh, we got Lulu puts. Lululemon? Really? Wow, I don't... Be careful, that one's like right around support. Snowflake calls on the bot. Snow doesn't look too bad, only up 2%. The thing I really like about Snow is how it's holding that support pretty well today. Could see some good price action if it breaks the pre-market high. Got UAL calls. Are we going to see the airlines pop off? UAL, DAL, even the cruise lines. CCL doesn't look bad intraday. Holding up higher. It's consolidating a little bit, but sitting around the highs of the day. The daily looks awesome on CCL. Love that green candle today. It's been stair-stepping up pretty nicely, too. It's only on, like, the third stair here, so I would not be surprised if it ran up and started the staircase again. Keep your eyes on it for a breakout the course of today and tomorrow. With Jerome talking later today, and depending on the direction the market goes with it, is it better to buy an option and hold it overnight after he's done speaking? Cool Guy says. No, it's really not. There could still be a lot of wild movement that happens between like tonight and tomorrow morning. Like when he speaks, it's usually, around like the ending part of the day. So sometimes, the market will close and then like the next morning, you'll still see crazy movement in pre-market. So realize that, it could like run up with him speaking and then like just start dipping out of nowhere into tomorrow, and it could like screw a lot of people over. Just realize that. Not end of week expiration. Oh, that's good. Yeah, definitely don't do an end of week expiration. That's for sure. Some people probably do expirations that expire on like today, Let me get a book map of PayPal real quick. If it'll load. Is this software free? No, it's not, Soup. The book map is not free. We have a couple good deals. We have some specials on it. You can also, if you have Schwab or Thinkorswim, you can message the support team on there and ask them to add it onto yours for you. They'll give you like one ticker for free, but then you can pay like $50 a month and get it that way, or you can just do the actual bookmap platform itself, which is like, we have a good special, like $150 for 3 months. And then you'll just have to pay for the DX feed data too, which is like another $60 to $120 a month, depending on what you get with it, but definitely not free. More advanced platform there. Hey, Tilray, look at that. Starting to move a little bit today. Who would have guessed? There we go, Tilray. Coming up off the lows. But all right, guys, we're probably going to end the stream here. Remember, I will be live again later on for Powell later in the day. It's really good to see Tilray starting to move off support, though. Definitely keep your eyes on Tilray if you're interested in the MJ stocks. Now is probably the best time to buy them. One of the best times over the past few years. So you're looking for it. But obviously, if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. It's a set it and forget it type of stock. But I will be live later at 2 p.m. Eastern time for the interest rate decision. And then, of course, I will have Powell live. I'll adjust the audio and everything to try to make it as good as possible if Powell's quiet or anything. But let's go. Appreciate everybody joining up today. We had a good one. A lot of great movement this morning. Everything's starting to slow up now, but there was a lot of good momentum at first. There were definitely opportunities for momentum-filled breakouts, but I would say for the most part, mainly within the first 30 to 40 minutes. Lately, it's been slowing up just a little bit, but all right, I'll see you guys later. Later on today, when you join up, make sure you destroy that like button for the Powell stream. Let's see if we can make that stream like one of the best ones in a long time. Get YouTube to really push that thing later today. So when you join up for Powell, smash that like. But other than that, appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of the day. Walk away green. And I'll see you in the afternoon.